All right, so yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about with NXT New Year's Evil. A lot of stuff went down. Definitely some call-ups that we knew that was going to happen is happening now. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about. So before we get to it, like and subscribe, and let's get to the video. All right, so we started off the night with Thea Hale coming out and the potential match between herself and Blake Monroe. But Blake Monroe attacks her from behind, and yeah, the match doesn't happen. She attacks her, she throws her against the steps, she hits her with the chair, and that's it. Yeah, no match. And I'm just like sitting there like, okay. And there's rumors about Blake Monroe moving up to the main roster now, and everybody thought, wow, Thea Hale could be safe then, right? Not exactly. So if this whole thing was just to protect Blake Monroe, to put her into the main roster because of what they did, we'll get to that later on. But yeah, let's continue on. So then all of a sudden, Ricky Saints music just popped up while poor Thea Hale, just sitting there laying hurt, and he's just looking at her walking like a dickhead he is. So and he comes into the ring and he starts saying he claims NXT needs him with Trick and Javon, gone. They couldn't compete and whatever else he said, compete or compare. So there we go. We got Ricky Saints talking trash. He's the star. So let's see who he faces up next. But again, with what happens in the main event, might open up for him to go after the title again. So a lot of interesting stuff going on. That it was just like, NXT with people leaving, they got some stuff cooking up, and boy was Chef Michaels busy tonight because my goodness, there was a lot of segments tonight, and that's why I had to write my notes. It's a lot of them. It is a lot of them. So yeah. Then let's start off with the first match that actually happened, and before that match even happened, Ava grabbed the headset of a producer or something, and she just put it on. She goes, "Yeah, change of plans. We're going with the Izzy Dane and Tatum Paxley match first." And it's just like, you've never seen that before. I don't think I've ever saw that before. Maybe you have. I don't know. Maybe I don't think anybody has done that before in the show. I know I haven't seen that. But yeah, that was hilarious how she did that, and then the match actually happened. But usually they'll do that backstage, put the headphones on, you get the gist. But just to do it on camera, it was kind of hilarious how it just went down. To me, it was funny. I don't know if anybody else laughed at it, but I laughed because I'm an idiot. But anyway, yeah, Izzy Dane versus Tatum Paxley, and you know what? I'm glad Tatum won. The first match that they had, I was hoping she would have won that one because Izzy Dane, horrible person for her to win for what she did to her, and she got her comeuppance tonight. But then again, we'll get to later on. But yes, she lost here, and I don't think that was the right choice. Tatum Paxley wins. She hits it with a cycle trap, and I love that finisher move. It's so very unique. But yeah, she wins, and then we get a video package of I hope I get this name right, Ilio Lefleur. He is the first French luchador, and I don't know much about him. He's been in what is it, AAA, and I don't watch AAA that much. Sometimes if we put the YouTube special on the Fridays, I'll watch it. But yeah, very busy these days. But yeah, I've never heard of him. If anybody else have seen him before, hey, put in the comments. Hey, you tell me if he's really really good. I don't know. If I don't have time to look up, his from the video package out, what I was looking at, it was pretty cool. He's a high flyer, so French, interesting, French luchador. Never heard that one before. Never, no, yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't. Then we had a backstage segment, another one. Thea Hale with Jordan Grace and Ava discussing. She wants to defend the title. She keeps telling her to bring Blake back. She's like, no, I'm not rewarding her, blah, 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 And the way Jordan was talking, I thought Jordan was gonna be the one that was gonna answer the call, because the way she was like telling Ava, she's like, she's made up her mind. Like that right there kind of told me like, I think Jordan Grace is gonna come out and like betray her or something like that. But I was completely wrong, because I'm a freaking fool. But you know what? Thank you for the swerve. I appreciate that, Chef Michaels. Keep it up. So yeah. Then we had the women's championship match, which kind of shocked me that was next. I was like, wait, wouldn't that be like a co-main event? Like, why are we doing it so soon? But the match happened anyway. Kendall Gray, the All Women's Champion, versus JC Jane for the NXT Women's Champion, and JC Jane wins with the discus forearm. Distractions, of course. Listen, Kendall Gray is gonna be, she's gonna fly. She's really good for her. Even I don't even know it's been a year, probably not even a year yet. I remember when I first seen her, she was very, she was green, but she was good. Then we didn't see her on TV for a while, and then all of a sudden she ended up in Evolve, become the champion, and look where she's at right now, dude. She's a freaking machine, So she's gonna fly, and with the names being gone, definitely we can see her more on NXT. But she still has the title she still has the Evolve title, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Kendall Gray, look out for her. She's definitely the future. See her in another maybe 2 more years, maybe put her in the main roster. I'm pretty sure we'll see that. But yeah, another backstage segment. We had Ava and Ethan Page. Then we had the Vanity Project show up, and it was just like, okay. Then from there we had Joe Hendry discussing he wants Deion Lennox, and he's upset about them beating him up, which they did beat him up, because Joe, you kind of like trashed about them last week. So no one else did nothing except for them. They actually said, you want to talk about us? They went out there, and yeah, they did what they did. So I don't know what you expected, Joe. Listen, I like you, but you had it coming. Honestly, I'm sorry. But yeah, then we had the segment where Thea comes out. She wants to be a fighting champion. Anyone who comes in the ring first, let's go. At first, I thought it was going to be Tatum, because she came with the chainsaw. Crazy. Somebody needs to lock her up. Comes with the chainsaw, but then Izzy Dane beats her to the punch, and I'm just like, oh my god, Izzy Dane. All right, we do the match, and Izzy Dane wins with the super, lifting sit-up spine buster, and I'm just like, oh, we're giving Izzy Dane the belt. So what about Blake Monroe? So that right there told me, yeah, the rumors are probably true, because why would they do what they did, if that even makes sense? I don't know. I'm all over the place. Look, I have 3 hours of sleep in me. I took a 30-minute nap earlier, exercised, and I'm doing this, and it's almost 1 in the morning. So leave me alone if I'm a little all over the place. This is why I have notes. I'm all over the place. But yeah. Yeah, she won, and Blake is probably most likely going to the main roster from what the reports have been saying. So yeah, maybe we're getting that. And probably to just excuse her to be away from this title, to put her into the main roster. Maybe she'll say, hey, you know what? I don't like it in NXT. I want to come to the main roster. Not exactly in those words, but you know what I mean. So yeah. Izzy Dane, champion over there. I doubt Blake Monroe's going to go after her. They're both heels. So that's what I'm saying. It just doesn't, it's like, what are we doing here? Not upset about it. I am upset that Thea lost, but Izzy Dane, let's see what they do with Izzy Dane. I'm not too upset about that. All right. So I'm not going to sit here and talk trash about Izzy Dane. Listen, she's green. We all know a lot of people down there are green. Let them try. Let's see what they do with this. Okay, now we had another backstage segment. Jesus Christ, WWE loves backstage segments, but you know what? I think NXT loves them even more. I think they do the most backstage segments, than anybody else. Like, geez, how many backstage segments there are. All right, so we had Lola Vice watching what went down. Then the Vanity Project, they come flirting with her, and she's like looking at them in disgust. Then Hank and Tate show up. Then they leave. Then she's talking about, oh, let me take care of Kalani first, but I've beaten Izzy, so that makes me the number, And then all of a sudden, Kalani Jordan from like a distance is in the locker room, and all you hear is, "Are you talking trash about me?" And she grabs her shoe. She's like, "I thought so," and just launches it at her. And they're about to fight. I'm like, Jesus, in a real world, that's actually how it will actually go down. But it was just hilarious how her voice just came into the frame, and just hearing her little voice. "Are you talking trash about?" It was just her voice. It just made it funny to me. I don't know. Maybe no one else thought it was funny, but I thought it was funny. And it's just the crash out was just, the crash out was necessary. I mean, Lola, what did you expect? Again, then we had, oh my goodness. Okay, another segment. We had Ethan Page come out now, and he's gloating about beating Moose. And then all of a sudden we get Jasper Troy come out. Then after Jasper Troy, we had Josh Briggs. Then after Josh Briggs, we had Stacks. And then after Stacks, we had Shiloh Hill. And then after Shiloh Hill, we had Tavion Heights. Dude, what the hell? We had so many interruptions in one segment in the ring. Jeez. And then at the end, I guess Tavion's going for the speed belt. Who was going for the international? I forgot who was going. Oh, Shiloh Hill challenged Stacks. There we go. I got it together. Shiloh Hill's going after Stacks. And I'm guessing for the North American title. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, everybody's looking at Ethan, but now everybody's eyes are looking at someone else's prize. It's all over the place. And then the fight break out, and yeah. Then let me not forget this part. At the end, Shiloh Hill grabs Ariana Grace. He grabs her, do a little dance. Same thing like how Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy did in the ring. But this time, not in the way that this was. It was more a little like intense. Like he put her down, and she's like looking. She's like, ooh, she liked it. She got a little excited. And I'm just like, all of a sudden, teeth just falls. She just freaks out. I would freak out too. Whoa, your teeth is falling. Like, imagine in a moment like that, and I'm not saying me being in the bottom. I'm just saying, if a woman's teeth just fell, I would freak out. That's what I mean. But yeah, she definitely deservable crash out. I wouldn't say crash out. Deservable freak out. There we go. But yeah, moving on, we had another backstage segment. So Joe Hendry talks with wow, I can't even remember the name of these guys. OBM, right? Yeah, OBM. And he's asking them to be with him, because I think he wanted like some badasses with him. And they're like, nah, they're looking at him like, what's in it for them? So when he mentions the NXT tag team titles that they hold, he's like, if I win and you're there, basically trying to bribe them into this. And they literally look at each other, just tap him, and he goes, see you next week. That's all it took. That's literally what it took, just for them to just say, you know what? I will help you out. That was so. No, it's OTM, right? I'm sorry, guys. I messed the name up. I said something else, I'm sure. OTM. Yeah, OTM. My apologies. Maybe I did say OTM already. I don't know. Again, I'm tired. I don't have much sleep these days. I'm all over the place. Anyway, then it pans out and going to another segment. You have Soruka and Zarya with fatal influence, and of course, I don't know. Everybody's always trying to break these girls up. I forgot what JC told her. She told her something. She said, "Oh, aren't you guys a tag team?" And then because I think she was claiming to go after her title, and then Zara's just like looking, and it's just like Soruka's just like, oh, she's just trying to, getting at. This is like, we've been teasing this thing since like 1944. What are we gonna do with this? And it's just like Zarya was such a badass coming in, and all of a sudden now she's just Soruka's buddy. What are we doing? That's all I'm saying. Let her be a badass and kill everybody. That's what I would do, but I don't know what they're doing with that one. All right. Another backstage. Oh my god, segment. Jeez. All right. Tate Wilder from Evolve with Miles Bourne. They're talking, and then Ethan Page comes into the frame, and he's like, "Hey, where were you?" I guess he was trying to say, "Where were you?" Like, "Where's my backup?" And he's like, "What?" Confused. And then Wilder's just like, I guess he said something, and then Ethan Page is like being disrespectful, and then Miles is just not taking it well, and he's like, then he said something so disrespectful. It was like, "Oh my god, Ethan, you're such a freaking asshole." He tells him, "You hear me now?" Because of his condition. And I'm just like, that was a low blow. Ethan is a bastard. He's never gonna change. Alright, so yeah. Now we get to the main event. We have NXT TNA X Division Champion Leon Slater versus Oba Femi for the NXT World Championship. Okay, this was a good match between little man and big man. So this one you can say David versus Goliath in a way. So yeah, Oba was just tossing him everywhere. Poor Leon Slater, and the chops he was giving him. Look, this was a good match overall. I like the part when he picks him up. Leon picks up Oba, and everybody's going crazy. He slams him. It's like, oh my god, yeah. Everything they told in the story of this match was like so good. It was a really good match, and but in the end, Oba wins. All right, with the up falling power bomb, he wins. Then something interesting happens towards the end. Ava's having it's like a literally it's like the principal talking to all the students, like or like a coach talking to all the players. She's having a meeting back there, mentioning Trick Williams, Javon, Lash, and Jordan Gray. So it's confirmed she really is on the main roster now. That they're gone now. It's like more room for people to step up, and everybody's just standing there. Yeah, I'm ready for this. And all of a sudden, was it Roderick? I forget his name, but he busts through the door and he's like, "Did you see what Oba did?" And she's like, "No." She was having a night, by the way. Like every time something was going on, she was losing her mind. I swear, I feel like every general manager in WWE needs a drink because a lot was going on. She was like literally about to crash out on him. And then all of a sudden, once they pan out to the ring, you see the belt just sitting there in the dark. You don't even see Oba put the belt there. It's just there. And it just pans out. And as it's panning out, Tony D'Angelo is in the crowd just staring at the belt. And I'm just like, Tony, what the hell do you want? You're all over the place. You've been looking at you gave Javon Evans a choke slam. So they're not going back to that. Like not even Javon even like went after him or even got his lick back. Very shocked, Javon. Because usually you'll go after your people, whoever's put their hands on you. You have not went after that man not one time or even mentioned him. Interesting. Anyway, well, he's in the main roster now, so it doesn't even matter anymore. I hope they bring that back one day. If Tony does go into the main roster, I hope Javon confronts him and say, "Hey, remember when you put your hands on me? I never got my hands on you. I ain't forget about that." Then I'll be like, all forgiven. Anyway, so yeah, he's did that with Javon. Then he's looked at Ethan, or did he chokeslam Ethan? Yeah, he definitely chokeslam Ethan. Then he was looking at Joe Hendry when when he was doing the concert. Now he's looking at the title, the world title again. Now he's back in that. Tony, what the hell do you want? It's like you want a lot of things, but we're not being clear to what you want exactly. So, yeah, that was NXT. Again, really good show. You should check it out. I hope I did it justice with giving you what you wanted to know or wanted to hear. Again, you can watch the show yourself, but I watch the show so that you don't have to watch it, and I do my best to describe everything. I probably won't go too into detail because that is a lot, but I will give you the important parts of what really does matter. So yeah, hey, check out my videos that I put on the playlist. If you want to know about if you want to see the Raw preview that I did, and if you want to watch the Raw recap, I do a lot of recaps for all the shows. I do the ups and downs on TikTok. I shorten it because I don't have a lot of time to do recaps and ups and downs at the same time, because again, I'm not sleeping well these days. Maybe down the line, if I get some time, I can do both or do one of the other, but I'm not there yet. But yeah, let's grow this thing, man. J.Bullett let's definitely grow J.Bullett wrestling. But yeah, again, before I forget, check out the other videos. I put them in a playlist every time. Check out the description box. Leave a comment if you guys ever want me to make a video of something that you would like to see. All right, challenge me. Let's do that. Tell me I suck or something. Give me some reactions. I would love to talk back. I would reply to anyone, but just be nice in the comments. I don't want anybody, being too mean. I can handle it. I'm a big boy, but if you are being mean, I won't say anything back. Maybe I will, and I'll be kind about it, but then that's it. But other than that, let's all be nice to each other. Let's all be cool. All right. Listen, we all love the same thing. Hey, some of you might not even like NXT. Some of you say, "Hey, it sucks." Hey, that's fine. That's your opinion. Some will say WWE sucks. That's your opinion. Some will say AEW sucks. Your opinion. Listen, all wrestling is good to me. I love it all. Okay? And yes, I may not talk about New Japan or TNA, and stuff like that. Ring of Honor. Again, too busy. I mainly focus on WWE and AEW content. Now, and then NXT, in that nature. See, like, I don't get involved with Evolve because I don't really watch it, and AAA don't watch it neither. So I just stick to the WWE shows, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, and now AEW Dynamite. I don't really touch what's the other one called? That's how bad it is. Not that it's bad. I don't mean it in that way. It's bad because on Saturdays I don't have time. I only make time for the pay-per-views, but for actual like anything big, like Saturday night main event or pay-per-views, I'll watch it because stuff are gonna happen. Now for the show on Saturdays for AEW, I don't have time for it. Sorry. But yeah, other than that, I'm rambling now. Again, I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Check out the videos that I'll put up on the sides, and look at the description box again. And I will see you guys next time.